Hey loves, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I sew a closure onto a wig cap. I'm going to try to keep it as simple as possible, but I'm not a pro, so let's get straight into the video. So for this video, you will need a closure, obviously, duh. And then you will need your pick of a wig cap. This is my favorite one, a Japanese swim cap. I got it off of Amazon. And then your thread, your T-pins, and then your needle. That's the C needle that I'm using. So as you guys can see, I have already threaded my needle. I have my knot at the end to keep it from obviously sliding through. My cap is already on my head, and we're gonna go ahead and get into this, y'all. Let's get this started. So what you want to do is make sure that your closure is matching those lines. That's basically, you can use that as a guide. And then you want to pull it down and make sure that the hairline of the closure is matching the wig cap. So go ahead and pull that all the way down. And then you basically just want to start pinning it up just to make sure that it doesn't move as you're sewing it on. You want to flip it back and you want to do the same thing. So you just want to pin it all over to make sure, like I said, so it doesn't move. For a beginner, this is a very easy. It's very easy to pin it down the whole way around. I know, like, as you become better, you won't pin it down all the time, or you may pin it in certain spots. But as a beginner, you want to make sure that it's not moving. So pin it in all places that you feel like you need. Sometimes I use 4 pins, sometimes I use 8 pins. It kind of just depends on how I'm feeling, I guess, or how the closure is actually made. So just keep pinning it down until you feel comfortable with how it's fitting on the wig cap. You can basically tell if the cap, if the closure is gonna be flat by just pinning it on. So that's another reason why I pin it down. I just want to make sure that as I'm pinning it down, when I lift it up and I check on it and stuff, I can see that it's going to be flat, because that's the main thing you're going for. You want to make sure that your closure is flat. So this piece I'm going to lift up and check. That is where you want to be sewing along. That is like a band that comes on the closure already, and it's kind of, you can kind of just use that as a guide. Just make sure you're not actually going in too deep on the closure. So starting off, I actually take my thread through, oh, we'll first remove that pin. But I take the thread through the spandex cap. You don't want to do that all around, because if you take it through the spandex, it will make your wig extremely small. But starting off, it's okay, because that is a way to secure it and make sure that it's actually going to be connected and make sure that it stays. So I wrapped it around 3 times before pulling it through. And then this time, I'm not taking it through the spandex. I'm taking it through the top part of the wig cap. And then you guys can see how I split that up right there. I took it through the middle of both of the thread, and then I pulled it through. And that's also to secure it and make sure that it stays in place. You guys can see that I tighten it up after every time I thread it. I tighten it up after. And that's just to ensure that my knot is tight enough and it won't loosen up. So right here, you can see I'm not taking it through the spandex. It's the top part and then the end of the closure, and I'm wrapping around 3 times, and then I'm pulling. And as you can see, I also chase my thread, because it is easy to get your thread tangled up and all kind of crazy stuff. So once again, I'm taking it through the top part of the wig cap and the end part of the closure. I'm wrapping it around 3 times, and then I'm pulling it through. And then chasing my thread to make sure that it is actually going to lay flat and my knot doesn't get tangled on the way down. So I will continue that for you guys. Pushing it through 3 times, and then boom, chasing it. The space in between where you thread, it doesn't have to be extremely close, but you want to keep a nice distance, because keeping it close ensures that your wig is going to be secure on there. Yeah, you just want to make sure it stays close. You don't want a big gap between each thread, Y'all know what I'm saying. You get it. But yep. So I'm going to continue this all the way through, and I will slow it down at the end for you guys where I start, doing what I did at the beginning. So as I get to the end, I just want to slow it down for you guys so you guys can actually see what I do at the end to finish off my thread and stuff like that. So I'm still doing the same thing that I was doing before, going through, wrapping around 3 times and securing it. Y'all gotta forgive me because my nails be too long, they be in my way. I was about to do this and said skirt. That ain't right. We gonna pull that out and try again. Try one more again. Let's see if we can get it right. Can we? Nope. Okay, so y'all, I was standing on the step stool and I could not really see. I am blind. So I had to step down and try to make sure, everything had to get that right. So as you can see on this part, I'm taking it through the wig cap again. This is the part where you want to take it through the wig cap. And then you want to go ahead and tie it up again. The same thing that I did in the beginning, you want to go ahead and do at the end. I take it through another time just because this is the end of it. And I want to make sure that it doesn't come unraveled. So this is like a double step that I do. So then you go ahead and you want to cut your thread. And then once you cut your thread, you want to go in and you want to hand tie your thread. Because obviously you don't want that coming undone. If you don't tie that up, it's gonna just unravel. And yeah, you secured it after each time you went through with your needle, but it's still easy for it to come undone. So you just want to go ahead and you want to tie that. Once again, your girl was struggling. My nails is too long, so I was having a rough time tying this. Look at me just struggling. The struggle. Yes. I got it. Okay, so I don't remember if I did that twice or if I did that 3 times. But whatever, you can do it as many times as you feel comfortable for you. Sometimes it just depends on what I'm feeling. If I feel like I did a good job with that closure, the ending already, or if I just want to go ahead and, heck, sometimes I do it 4 times. It really just depends. But usually 2 or 3 times should be enough. So then once you get that, you want to go in with your scissors and cut off the excess thread that you have. And then, sis, you just sewed a closure onto a wig cap. And it is all done. It's nice and flat. And it ain't going nowhere. I can tug on this. I can pull it up. And it is on there. So, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. See y'all in my next one.